So in terms of academics, I really wasn't the top achieving student in high school. At first, I wanted to study fashion. I think I matriculated with 5 distinctions and like 2 70s, if I'm not mistaken. I grew up in a household where we were always encouraged to do business, just never at the time we wanted to do it. I can't be going at home, get mama, go pelon, unromele chelete, ya o reka di, 1 2 1 2. At that point, you're just trying to distance yourself and be your own man, right?
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the first ever episode of Dripanomics podcast. I am your host, Remufilo Kuba, and I am here with my co-host, the ever so amazing Ellen Mahlase.
Hi guys. As you said, Matlasa Allen here. How are you feeling, Remo?
Yo, Kishavuntana, how are you doing?
I'm okay. A little bit nervous, but then
Yeah, I
we're
mean-
rolling.
It's our first episode, so I feel like it's the beginning of something very good.
And please be patient with us, guys. We are still learning and we'll improve.
So this is Dripanomics podcast. This is proudly inspired by Dripanomics tutorials, where they aim to enrich the life of students. Today we're going to having an amazing guest, the founder, the man who began all of this.
Yeah, he's a fashionista, guys, an academia, an upcoming business mogul. The founder himself, Mr. Remufilos Hobela.
I better put on my glasses for this. 'Cause wow.
Thank you so much.
Look at the drip. Look at the drip.
Thank you so much, guys, for the kind words. But yeah, as previously mentioned, I'm Remufile Sukobela.
Welcome to Dripanomics podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
That
I'm
means a
so
lot.
fascinated. Why Dripanomics? Why the name Dripanomics out of all the things you could have went with?
So in terms of Dripanomics, right, this is a funny story, and I'm sure I've explained it many times, right? So the term Dripanomics comes from a tutor of mine, right, in my first year extended, because I'm studying at the University of Johannesburg, right? So he realized that, I was very good at economics, which at the time was EBEAB, right? And, he liked the drip because my fashion was inspired by like American style. So like your Lil Yachty's, your A$AP Rockies, your whatnot. So he was like, no, man, you've got drip. And then you're also good like with economics. And then it's like, yo, that's Dripanomics. And then from there, it was just a thing that flowed with it. And then people just referred to me as Drip and Dripanomics. And then it just caught wind. And when I started the tutoring thing, I had really no other idea or name to start the business. So I was like, Dripanomics it is. Then Dripanomics tutorials. But I'm glad that the brand now is becoming even bigger than what I initially thought. And it's bigger than just clothing. It's bigger than just tutoring. We are building a community. And I'm just very happy to be a part of that.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Shooting the convos are communicating.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and in regards to you as Remufilos Hobela, we would like to know where you grew up, how you grew up, how was the environment, and how did it shape you to become the man that you are today?
So me, first and foremost, right, I grew up in PTA, Pretoria, right, the suburban
Pitori.
side, right. I'd just like to disclose, but Tuaku Pretoria ba gafe wa boke,
Eish.
ne? Re na re tseya pila.
This boy.
So grew up in Pretoria, loving household, mom, dad, and siblings, right, and yeah, that's where I'm from. I'd like to say that I'm privileged, right, went to the best schools that I think money can buy, and I think that's genuinely just shout outs to my parents for that, and they kept me humble. They kept me, stable at home. Everything I needed, it was always there. So it's always a great shout out to my mom and my dad because they did everything for me to be in this prime position to even think the way I think, right? In terms of the community and stuff, yeah, man, I grew up in an environment, crime wasn't that crazy, right? We grew up in an environment where we were told to, open our minds, think from a holistic point of view. Just don't think about what's happening in your inner circles, but rather a broad sense of things, right? The teachers we grew up with were very kind, loving. The schools we went to were really amazing. And I feel as if I am a product of my environment because I don't think I would have been able to think the way I think, articulate the way I articulate, had I not gone to those schools. So it's all really a shout out to my parents, my teachers, my aunts, my community, my neighborhood, because really it takes a village to raise a child, even though literally I wasn't in a village. But yeah, figure of speech. So yeah, that's just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, being the academia that you are, what do you think are the steps that you needed to take back in high school to shape the person that you are, being the business mogul that you are?
So those are like two separate questions. There's the academia part, and then there's the
Business mogul
there's the
side.
business mogul side. So I'd like to start with the academia part, right? So in terms of academics, I really wasn't the top achieving student in high school. I only started taking my schoolwork seriously in grade 12 when I realized that, there's actually an opportunity for me to move out home, because I was like, I want to go to Cape Town. I want to go to, Free State. I want to go to, I didn't want to go anywhere like near Pretoria. Like UP was never an option for me. I wanted to go to Wits, but at first I wanted to study fashion, right? So as I mentioned, in terms of grades, I wasn't really a top achiever up until grade 12, because in grade 12, that is when like I had a conversation with my parents. I was like, yo, mom, dad, I want to study fashion, right? I want to study fashion. And then they're like, yo, mtanam, fashion.
Black household.
Black household. Like, who do you know? Like, who do you know who studied fashion and made it out the hood? And then I was like, I had no one to make use as reference, because no one I knew up close besides maybe David Kale, right? Made it. And then the references I had, my parents weren't really like loving them like that, because also there was this misconception that, clothing is not like for everyone. It's for a specific type of people. Or if you look at the industry closely, the really successful fashion designers is dominated by, how do I say it? Not really people that my parents thought that I should look up to, type of thing, which is very unfortunate, because I love those peoples, your David Klales, your Richard Mnisis, your Tebe Magugu. These are legends in South Africa that I feel as if are really iconic, right? So I told them, yo, I want to study fashion. They're like, Tanam, fashion, you really can't do that, right? And then somewhere during the year, in like March, April, when I'm starting to apply for universities, I'm really pushing this thing. I'm like, yo, nah, I want to study fashion. Like,
They're not having it.
they're not having it. They're like, hey, okay, Shapo. Whenever would go to like family gatherings and events, he's like, yo, wanaga or rokela diaparo, mara. Is that thing or like roka diaparo? Like, come on, it's not really a sustainable thing. So I was like, no, I want to study fashion. And then eventually my mom bought in the picture. My dad then became supportive of it. They were like, no, it's fine. Okay, it's not like your marks are good either way. So I just do fashion. And then I was like, hey, since my marks aren't great anyway, right? This is in matric now, early matric days, so maybe Feb, March still. I'm like, okay, my parents gave me the go ahead to do fashion. So I was like, why not just give them the farewell gift that would make them so happy, and just actually do well for once, and give them that farewell gift of like passing matric very well, get the distinctions, and then make me want to do fashion with their blessings and stuff. So fine, matric comes, first term, I think I got like 7 distinctions, really. I did, your commercial subjects, so business, accounting, and tourism at the time, then Spedi, English, home language, and so forth, right? Then second term, 7 distinctions again, or maybe 6, I've lost count, right? And then third, now I'm hitting my prelims. So I think my prelims I did badly, because I got like maybe 5 distinctions.
Oh, that is bad.
And maybe, at the time I was bad. So it was like 5 distinctions and like 2 70s. And then in my finals, my finals was crazy. My finals, I was really scared when writing my finals, hey, because I was writing with the impression that, I need to go all in, I need to go hard. This is clutch time, because everything I'm doing here is for what? It's for fashion, because that's what I wanted to do. So I'm like, nah, let's do this. And then, South Africa's tough. So what happened during the time I was doing my matrics is that, we were hit with, I don't know what stage load shedding that was. I'm sure Neloboma stage 10.
Yeah.
So like there were days where I would study kadikerese, ne? Okay, not like saying guys ke hotse rofo mara awa. Next I kono bona bushiu. So next one like kadikerese. There were times where I'd have to like go to my aunt's place, because at where we used to stay there was a lot of cable thefts, when rain comes in, like the wires just get popped easily. So I had to do a lot of traveling to go to my aunt, who she was really supportive. She's like my second mother. So I did that, so writing the whole thing was stressful, my matric thing. And then the marks came out in the following year, which was like 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Jan, obviously. I checked my marks first online, and then I think I matriculated with 5 distinctions and like 2 70s, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm seeing my marks. I'm like, mtanam. I think at the time I was the best performing child in my family's history.
That's impressive.
I stand to be corrected, but I think I was, one of the best, if not the best. So I'm like, manji clean, my parents are happy. Now it's time for fashion, right? It's time for fashion, because I'm looking at designs now. My inspirations at the time are like Virgil Abloh, Kanye West, right? I'm seeing all of these there's Nigo, who's like the founder of like Nigo and Bape and stuff. There's Pharrell Williams, all of these people. These American guys, Rick Owens. I'm like, I'm in it now. So now I'm like, hi, manji clean. Then it's time to now receive acceptance letters, right? So UG accepts me for business management, right? Extended program specializing in accounting, business, and economics, right? Then I applied at UCT, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I applied at UCT, but I didn't write the benchmark test because at the time they wanted me to write it in September, but my grandmother recently just passed away then. So I wasn't in the
So
correct
sorry
state
for
of
your
mind.
loss.
Nah, it's okay. I'm sure she's watching, yeah. But yeah, so I applied to UCT, UJ. UP I didn't even touch because I didn't want to go to
Didn't wanna
Hatfield.
go
Hey,
close
don't
to
I
want
was
to
home.
be
okay. I didn't want to be close to home.
Abazali
Yeah.
will be knocking
Exactly.
there.
So UJ answered me, and then I applied for UJ for business, and I also applied for fashion at APB, the Bunting campus. So both of them accepted me. Now I'm like, hey, sharp. I'm doing fashion, APB. My parents are like, mtanam, like we saw your marks, ne?
Eish.
And we just think they are way too good for you to waste them on fashion.
Oh,
And then for me, that was like a train smash. I was like, yo, what do you mean by that? Because everything I basically did was to get your validation and approval to study fashion. And then they're like, yeah, but you know what? This is me being naive. This is where I knew they cooked me. And this is
Yeah.
where experience is important. They were like, you know what? If you love fashion so much, you will do it, once you're done with this degree. Yeah, but now
That's
I'm
how it
tired
goes.
now. You understand? Now I'm tired. So fashion, I still love it, but I don't think I'm gonna pursue it as a degree. Maybe it'll be a thing like it's just me wearing good clothes and stuff like that. But I feel as if with time, progressive and stuff, I've lost the love to like study fashion. I don't feel as if you need to be studying fashion to be in fashion. However, I still respect the artistry and the perspective of the designers and stuff. So I still hold the profession at a high. So yeah, that was the situation with the fashion. And then I applied for bursaries, and then one of them managed to accept me, right? So in my first year, I'm proud to say that, okay, till this day, Vele, I haven't necessarily needed to pay for any of my funds,
Thank God.
in terms of like my school fees, accommodation, everything has been paid for most of the time. I get a monthly allowance, I get a book allowance. And it's honestly just thanks to everyone that has supported me, my high school teachers, my parents, again, my external family. And in hindsight, did I want to study, like, would I want to do fashion if I had the choice, and seeing how life turned out? Most probably not, because I'm just in love with Dripanomics, and I feel as if that's just my new passion right now.
oh,
Yeah.
and going back to the likes of Kanye,
Yeah.
looking at those people and you're saying they are the people that inspired you.
Yeah.
And then you can see that Kanye didn't even need to go to school or anything like
Yeah.
that. But then he
Yes.
was very successful.
You see, but the problem with the Kanye West is not, how do I say it? I'm not like a Kanye West, because Kanye West already had built himself a platform through
Yes.
music. So it was easier for him to integrate to the fashion side. But even him not being a person within the fashion or within going to the best schools, like the ones in New York or the ones in London, it was very hard for him to tap in. That's why you can very see there's a lot of conversations where he, quote unquote, crashes out on people. The famous one would be Sway. Like he says, like, Sway, you ain't got the answers, right? Because there are certain things that even he himself, as Kanye West, had to endure to get into the fashion world, to work with Adidas, to work with the Nikes, to get the distribution deal. It was so hard for a Kanye West who's established in the music field. Imagine now another person who's not Kanye West and who hasn't even tried to pursue fashion, right? But that's just American fashion. In the South African context, I think a lot of upcoming brands are coming up. Your Dads, your Galax Boy, your Temi Bagugus, the legends, of course, right? So I feel as if fashion is evolving and people are starting to seek fashion more than just wearing clothes. It's a form of expression. It's how you view the self, how you view the world. And yeah, that's what I think fashion is. It's more than just the tea. So I feel as if people should take that into consideration.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, seeing that today we are embraced by the fashionista himself, you can see Ntwana Yakalena today. It's like,
Kazama, mafethu, kazama.
like, let me take, So, what would you say, just to focus on the fashion side of the things, what would you say is like the trend that you literally hate? You can just name like two. Or like the
For
females?
me,
Yeah.
low key, nah, I think it's the Air Force Ones. Like, I don't really like Air Force Ones like that. I feel as if they're oversaturated. Way too many people have that. But that's just me.
You're going to get
You guys can
backlash
see
with that.
boo. Air Force Ones, I feel as if everyone rocks Air Force Ones. No one cares whether it's like a suit, whether it's like jean. People, it's like their go-to cheat meal. And for me, Air Force Ones are like overrated. That's just my personal take. Let me think. Oof, top of my head, I really don't want to say much, but I think Air Force Ones for me, like, it's a nice brand, like Nike cooked there, but I just feel as if way too many people have it. And that's just my thing with fashion. If like way too many people have it, it means you're not really in tap with who you really are in fashion.
Yeah,
understand?
That's a
you
bar.
can even tell by the way you
No,
dress
but this is
up.
nah,
You like
nah.
being different.
Yeah, nah, but this is just the normal. This is just the normal suit. Like I've realized with fashion, you don't have to be luxurious. All you just
Yeah.
need to do is be classy, and people will appreciate because we're working on different budgets, right?
Yeah.
Fashion is distinct. People have their own preferences. The taste of styles are different. But I feel as if people give themselves the opportunity to explore, they're really gonna fall in love with who they are, and they're gonna just let go of the trends. You understand? So just explore, guys. Find yourself. Be Dora the Explorer. There's a lot of clothes out there. There's a lot of brands you don't know. Do your research. But if again, most people are different. For them, clothes is just clothes. And unfortunately for me, clothes is just more than just clothes because it really helps me in many ways I can imagine. Like it gives me attention, it makes me feel good, it makes me stand out, it makes me recognizable. And yeah, so that's the homage I have for fashion. It really makes me who I am.
But to look good, feel good.
Look good, feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the energy.
Coming into Dripanomics tutorials,
Yeah.
I wanna understand what was the idea behind Dripanomics tutorials, considering the fact that there are a lot of things that we could have done.
Yo.
You could have sold something. You could have. People are selling
Fashion.
iPhones. People are selling
Lord.
what DM for orders and all of those things.
know them,
But
we know
then
them.
why tutoring? Per se?
So my chat is in terms of business, right? Let me just give you a quick backstory. Like I've always been interested in selling, right? So I started, I think, a clothing brand in like grade 7 that has failed dismally. Those that know, they know. I won't even mention it because we come a long way.
Just
you
put
know?
it on
Yeah.
day, not trend.
They know. Those that know, they know. But we come a long
Okay.
way. So I've always been interested in business, right? And then in high school, I started selling sweets, but my go slows. Because I didn't know what go slows are, right? Until people
Yeah.
like at school, Jordan go slow. And then I started tapping into my, like the mom's side of things. But mommy lo di get we like you go slow again because na ke hotse ka di Doritos
Mplake.
ka di Lay's, you understand?
Mplake.
Mara ka utlwa batho ba nyaka di go slow mfana ba di go slow le ngola le barbecue mfana barbecue chicken ka re ne mpia mo gaming. So I learned more about the go slows and whatnot. Then I started selling those, the scopas, of course, my sweetie. That's how I feel as if most students start who are entrepreneurial and have that mind. Because I grew up in a household where we were always encouraged to do business, just never at the time we wanted to do it.
Eish.
Right? And that's also a thing that, messes up a lot of people. It's like
Yeah.
your parents can be supportive, but it's like they have a timeline for you as to when you need to do
Yes.
things.
To do
But me seeing, growing up with my dad, seeing him do business, it was very hard for me to wait till I'm like 22 or 23 to get my degree and start helping out with the family business. So I always saw the need to be independent and just get my hands dirty, be on the ground. So to actually see that I could actually make money. Right.
Yeah, and that's
So
how we learn.
Exactly. That's how I learned. So I've always mastered, people's emotions, the advertising, what people want. I've always been that guy to, always try to get what people want. Be the middleman. There's a problem, there's a solution. Be the person that solves that solution, right? So that's how I always thought of it. So when it came to the whole tutoring thing, I came into university, I was actually chilling because I didn't need money in my first year, right? Because
Yeah.
I started Dripanomics, I think, in my second year. So in 2023. So in 2022, I was chilling, right? But I saw at the back end of 2022, there was this other guy who was like older than me at the time. He was a tutor, right? He was a tutor, and tutoring basically changed his life, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this guy came from nothing, and now he's tutoring, and like he looks like he has motion, things are up and running. So I low key saw that, and I was like, that's something I can do.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really in it for the money, right? And then I came 2023, my second year now. Now I'm starting to see the game change now. The attention, the spanning, and everything. I'm starting to see how like money really influences people. And like at university, as much as we come from different backgrounds, as a guy, me personally, I'm not sure how other guys feel, but I felt as if, okay, now it's time for me to be independent, get on my
Yeah.
bag, because I'm getting older and older. I was like 19, 20 at the time. I'm like, I can't be going at home, get mama go pelon unromele chelete ya o reka di 1212. At that point, you're just trying to distance yourself and be your own man, right? So that's when I saw the opportunity of tutoring, because no one at the time was tutoring, or at least they were, but the marketing was just not that good, right? So the module that people were advertising was like math and stuff,
Yeah.
but no one was really tapped into accounting, which is what I was good at the time, right? So I was like, okay, everyone's doing math, but like, what about accounting? I'm sure some people are struggling with accounting.
Yes.
So I just went on WhatsApp, hey guys, if you want accounting lessons, 300, private message me. Me, I'm just chilling, not too crazy, because I'm like, I have nothing to lose. I'm good at accounting. If people come, they come. They don't, they don't. Then I get like 9 messages. Hey, please send your bank details. And then I was like, hey, whoa, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
And at the time, I'm sure most of them don't know, but like I was teaching the students while learning with them.
Ooh.
Yeah, so most of them didn't clock it at the time. Maybe that's why they were so willing to pay. But like I was doing accounting 1A with them in real time, but most of them in high school did physics. So they had no knowledge of accounting at
yes,
all.
okay.
Whereas I found accounting 1A and 1B relatively easy. So I was like, nah, man, give me 300, me, I'll teach you. Recorded lessons, hybrid system, whatnot, whatnot. Okay, word grew, sharp, boom. I'm starting people, I'm making good money for myself. And there's no need, because remember, I come from a good background. There's really not that
Figures
serious.
nyana.
Figures, nyana, I was making more than 6K,
Ooh,
right? Per month, right, at the time.
Plus the
The bursary.
Plus the bursary, plus the money I was getting from home. So I was chilling. Right? So I'm seeing that, but then I also realized that I was focusing more too much on accounting 1A because remember I was doing it as a module, right, and tutoring it, but I was low-key sacrificing my other modules. So you'd find out that I'd get like 90s for accounting 1A, but for my other modules I'd get like 73, 75, 78, whereas I could be evening the scores and getting like 80 for everything, right?
balance.
So that's when I realized that, nah, this is becoming a lot, right? And then second semester comes, it's 1B. So with 1B, it's like, the workload is different now. What I knew from high school with 1B is a different ballgame.
no longer applies.
So yeah, the knowledge no longer applies. So it's getting harder and harder every time. So now that's when I realized that, okay, this is the last time I'm going to tutor accounting 1B while doing it, because Vela was going to pass it with the distinction. So at the end of the year, I was really fatigued, right? I was really fatigued. I was like, no, man, I have X amount of money, but I'm always tired. Because why? I had to genuinely be on the ground every day myself. I was the advertising person. I was tutoring. I was making sure people are paying. Everything the business needs, I was the one doing it because I was the business at that point.
Yeah.
But then I realized, what my dad told me is like nothing beats hard work and nothing beats being scalable. And then I went home, to Limpopo in that those
yeah.
December holidays. In Limpopo, we just cook up ideas, ne? So I'm at Limpopo right now. So I'm thinking, I'm enjoying December. People have money, but I'm like, nah. Next year, it's gonna be my second year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's gonna be my second year, which is my third year, but it's like my second year with second year modules. I can't really be tutoring alone, independent. I can only make X amount of money alone, right? Because the workload is tiring. And the workload of my school is gonna also get even harder. So I was like, I just brought up this thing of, nah, let me try build a team.
Yeah.
Right? Let me try build a team. This is in what, 2024? Yeah, this is in 2024, which is last year. Let me try build a team and try put other people on and really help more students, because with more tutors you can do more work, right?
Job
So I
creation.
started going on on WhatsApp, right? Because I'm involved in many group chats, reses, students, modules, everything you need me in, I'm literally most probably there. So I started texting people like, hey guys, if you want to tutor this module, private message me. People start private messaging me with their distinctions, their academic transcript, we're having Google Meets now. We're talking about like, hey, I do this. People are articulating themselves in a manner that's right and just. So I'm like, okay, now we're building a team. Now we're growing.
Yeah.
So I think we started off with like 15 to 20 tutors last year. And then from there, we just hit the ground up and running, As much as we had troubles, I feel as if God, has had me highly favored, because I can't really
Amen.
say that there was anything that really, took me out of my way in terms of the tutoring space. Everything I implemented really came into fruition. So I thank God for that. Actually, I'm lying. I don't. No, but I do. Wait, no, I do. But I'm saying before that, before me creating my team and stuff, there was a time that I nearly died, guys. Yo, it was crazy. Right?
Ubulawa yini manje?
Yo, guys. So there was a time I nearly died. So this was before I actually met you guys, because you guys were my first years, right?
Yeah.
So usually UJ opens when the 13th of Feb or so, right? Or the 10th or whatnot. That first week, crazy times, man. Crazy times.
When's
Hey,
it?
pushing off. I'm like, yo. So basically what happened is like I was chilling, I was chilling with my friend, when we chilling. Now it's time to go home with the friend, and my friend happens to my friend's gonna watch this. Either way, I'm chilling with my friend. Nah, it's cool. I'm chilling with my friends. If you're seeing this, I'm sorry, man. I won't mention you, but like,
Xolisa bazali.
yeah, Bazali, I'm sorry. So I was chilling with my friend, but now it's time to go home now, ne? It's like 11 p.m. It's time to go home. So as we're going home, I'm clocking. I'm like, dog, there's no need for us to take an Uber, because like, clock it. It's literally a walking distance there.
Eish.
Let's just operate. Sithatha ngenyawo. Clean, we go. ne Rafika dark stop signing koning re bona dikoloi re bona machita e oh kore jiggy jiggy. I just remember my feet being scraped ke tsena dikoloing ka bethiwa ba nyaka di phone.
Lie.
That was bad. I ended up in hospital, low-key. I was even traumatized. Like, I couldn't walk to campus. I had to Uber from campus. And that was a close distance, but I had to Uber from campus for like 3 weeks to a month because they get traumatized, the guys. Like,
Where are the parents when you're in hospital?
no, my parents are at home because I went to hospital. I went to the hospital the next day. You know what happened? So, ere ke tlhalose story pila, sharp.
Please.
Re bona koloi mara re nahana hore ke Uber. So it's an Uber there, it's chilling.
Yeah.
Fine. We pass it. Enough lob. We see 2 gents, ne? They pass us. Fede, they greet us. Six, sawon, abut.
Around which time? 11,
11, Mushiu, 11,
Yeah.
5 past 11. I'll never forget that day. That's where dreams are made. That day, like, no, sawona, ne, fede. How? Sawona comes back now. They come back. Now the car stops in front of us. So there's 2 of those guys. There's the driver, then there's one inside now. Ne? The driver stops the car. He puts us in front. Ne? The 2 guys are behind. So now, in my head, I'm like, hey, let's run.
Jihad.
So I think the person I was with ran. Mara nna ke sa magetse ka gore nna ke tswa Pitori. Nna ke tswa Pitori ke ra hona ke shift bra go ile la because a ke tlhalwanye situation. Yanong ke bona motho a shiana. A hona ke ntse stele ka bona le phone. Ka nako e phone e la le mfanela di contacts tsa ka tse tsotlhe ke ra o bra ya ka mo phone wa itse bra ya. Yeah. Mo phone a itse. Yanong o le wa boa o ba fa phone. Ene velo ka rena sa nya ke phone ya teng so that's why I ba feel. Yanong nna ka bona rena ya ka phone a ba manyora. Mo heleng ya ka tshontsho le etse boshahidi. Ka bona batho ba itse boshahidi vele thomo bethana bjano mampeta. Ke re ke tsentsha mo railway ya gate a phone ya staka ba e bona. Ba itseya. While the other person is getting into the car, because there's like 3 of them. There's the driver, there's 2 of them who are attacking us. The one who has my phone gets in the back seat. The one who was with him goes into the passenger seat, and then the driver is in the driver's seat, right? So they're about to take off. Naka itakhela mo koloing yano. Naka itakhela ka nya phone na ka bra. Ke tsa cool, ka business. Ka itakhela mo phone mo koloing. Naka bona he ke itakhela mo koloing like my feet are lingering now. So like there's a tar road. That road I won't mention the races and stuff, but it's a long road. Ne? It's a long road. So I'm not sure if, how do I say this? So from Arer Madibeng, like the library, to like student center. You know, when I go in like my feet are lingering. Ne? My feet are being scraped by tar road, hard tar road. Ne? But I'm not feeling anything because I'm phone. So let's your phone up. So that's happening. And then I hear in the car, it is harmonized here, Bram. Yo, I heard Bram gara Brayaga, mo line guy draw. Tiang food, no manyora, Geshapo. These niggas can see or no, I'm still fighting. So they stop the car, they take me out, they kick me. Yakanya in, boy, so gulala for the phone. Hardy. And then, they take off. Once they take off, I lost my phone. Then I walked back to Reyes, right? So at the time when I'm walking back to Reyes, I can't really feel anything. Because I think it's adrenaline. It's adrenaline. I'm still gassed.
Sure.
The person I was with is traumatized. Shame. It's so unfortunate. She was traumatized at the time.
Oh, it's a she.
Well, I don't know. I actually don't know. Ne? It could be a they, it could be a he, it could be nah. But I'm joking. It is a she, right? For those hearing the story for the first time, skis. But yeah, ne? So that was a she. We were chilling. So we go back to my place. We're chilling. I'm not feeling anything. And then in the morning, I'm like, hey dog, I can't feel my legs. What's going on? Like, cause I was badly injured. Like I had no skin under my thing. Yeah, like everything here was scaped. Like my Achilles heel, like everything was just scraped, you know. So I had to go to the hospital. I had to get bandages and needed to get my wounds clean and stuff like that. After that, I realized that this thing means a lot. I started using what do you call those crutches. I had crutches for like. I was supposed to use them for like a month, but I used them for a week because I couldn't go to UJ with crutches because they were gonna see I'm an easy target.
Yeah.
So I was like, street. So there were times where I'd used to work with like Gift and like Gugu, who are like my close people at this moment. I used to work with them, they'd, take my time and then we'd walk to class and stuff. I'd always be late and stuff. But yeah, that was the situation. And yeah, that's when I realized that I'm actually willing to die for this, but not literally, but at the time it was. But I just realized that, you know, maybe tutoring really meant that much to me that I was even willing to get hurt for it. So yeah, that's what happened. I even forgot the question, but like, yeah.
Shout out to
happened.
Google and Ritu.
Yeah,
But then
yeah,
now with the business growing, can you see the business getting far without you behind the wheel?
I mean, low key, yeah. I feel as if in my absence, work can still be done, right? I feel as if the systems are now in a better position as compared to like last year. Because maybe I felt as if last year there were times where if I'm not involved in the business shuts down.
Yeah.
Right. I had to be alive, right? Which also led me to being overworked last year, you know. I care a lot about this, hey? Like, I really care because for me, it's my personal baby. So there were times last year where maybe in my absence, nothing moves. But I feel as if with the team growing, you know, with my people becoming more mature and seeing the seriousness of the situation, everything is just flowing now. So I feel as if Dripanomics has become bigger than me, right?
Ooh.
Even like, it's just unfortunate that I'm the person that started it, but now it's bigger than me. And people now tend to know Dripanomics more than they know me, which for me is a bigger thing because I'm building a brand.
Yeah, it shows growth.
An
Yeah, it shows
empire.
growth. So even in my absence, I'll still like to believe that, yeah, things will get moving. But of course, at the early stages, right, like a child needs their mother, right? A child needs to be nurtured. So I still feel as if, you know, in the third year of operations, this child still needs, you know, their mother's love. But at some point, the child is going to grow and, you know, start to want to explore things alone. And I feel as
Yeah.
if the company is heading in that direction, God willing. So, yeah.
Okay, despite all the challenges that you faced from, you know, being kidnapped, literally being
I wasn't
kidnapped.
kidnapped, but
No,
I
you
went-
were kidnapped.
He threw
Yeah,
himself
almost.
into
Hey,
kidnapping.
hey.
Yeah, almost though, but yeah.
So besides all of that, what kept you going? What kept you motivated? Even when you are fatigued, what keeps you going? For someone who's watching, who's a student, and they're literally failing to balance, you know, their social life, their academic life, how do you keep going? Like, how do you keep that balance?
So my chat is I don't generally keep a balance, or at least I
Okay.
didn't at the beginning. So the people I look up to, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, a lot of these people, Steve Jobs, their stories are usually the same at the beginning. It's all work, and then eventually it's play,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there is no such thing as a work-life balance for me personally. Maybe that's why I get fatigued. So maybe I need to change that. But for me, I feel as if I am where I am because I'm relentless in what I do,
Yeah.
and I take it too hard. I care, right? So in terms of balance, I don't have a balance. If I'm not working on the business, I'm studying. If I'm not studying, I'm working on the business, right? Which led to me having, you know, struggling with having like a social life.
Yeah.
Because at the time I didn't deem a social life important, right? So, but now I'm trying to, as the business is growing, I'm detaching myself more and more from that. So I feel as if at the beginning as a student, apologies, especially if you really want to just work on yourself, this thing of a work-life balance for me is a scam, right? Just work on yourself continuously, get on the job, be on the grind, be consistent, and then the results will speak for themselves, right? So yeah, that's my advice for people. But I know that that's not an advice that's approachable because I've also, with experience, you learn, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay to rest, right?
Yes.
It's okay to
Yes.
rest. And there was this other girl, Nolutando. She used to tell me, rest, Bafana, rest.
Eish,
Nah, you
eish.
guys know Nolutando. She used to tell me to
Rest.
rest. And then I was looking at her and found like, game, are. And then I realized it's not a game anymore because I'm fatigued. I can't
Yeah.
study. So I feel as if rest is important, right? But I feel as if people learn with their own experiences. So, Nugget Thomas, you know,
Kgona ka o
yeah,
bona.
ke makgolo ka o bona, right? So I believe by actually seeing. So I had to get burnt for me to be like, actually, this thing of rest is a real concept. And
Exactly.
you realize that from being outside and not being in the race, you are able to see what other people are doing and then just be better at it. But if you're always in the race and looking at your lane, you can't really see
Yes.
what's happening around you, and that might alter your decision making. So I feel as if that's the case. So rest is important. But in terms of social life, I can't really tell you much on that. Me, it's just business and business, clothes, school, friends here and there, but mostly business and school. And that takes priority for me at this point in time. And if anyone comes in between that, then I have to date it. But yeah.
But then in terms of Dripanomics,
Yeah.
we can see that it's growing.
Yeah,
Where
you
to
can.
from
Can
here?
you see?
Hey,
Yeah,
you're
we
on a
can, 'cause
I
podcast
can't.
now.
For me, I can't see any
We can
growth.
see the
No, I'm
growth.
joking.
From here, where to? Like branching out to other faculties or something like that?
So actually, you're right, because when we started Dripanomics, it was a whole CBE thing, so the College
Yeah.
of Business and Economics, right? But now we're moving into engineering. Now we're looking into the engineering field.
Impressive.
We're trying to do something new
amazing.
because we are growing when we're evolving, and we
Yeah.
realize that for us to make meaningful impact, we have to accommodate as many people as possible.
Yeah.
So we're looking into the whole engineering stuff. We entering that market. We're looking into CBE. So we're offering more modules now. We're looking at law as well. We're looking at your actual sciences. So
Yeah.
we're really trying to be tapped in faculties where we can really make a difference, and we have the quality tutors to really make that difference, because at the end of the day, we're just not trying to discriminate anyone. We're trying to help as many people as possible. And I feel as
Yes.
if we can do that by offering more modules. And it gives us a competitive advantage, because if we are everywhere, it's hard to be beaten. But yeah, that's what we think.
So in terms of branching, do you think you would branch into other institutions, your UP, VEDS,
I mean, long term, that's what I'd like to do,
Okay.
But at this point in time, I'm in my final year, right? I just want to focus on my studies. Just want to get my
Congratulations.
degree, do my honors. Maybe in my honors year, we can branch out to other universities. But yeah, a UP Dripanomics might be nice, a UCT, Stellenbosch, VITS, We are looking. We've had conversations of that already.
Yeah.
But we also realize that, everything takes its time, right? We have to, give UJ its flowers at this point in time, because
Yeah.
UJ is what's feeding us,
Yeah, it's what
We can't, we can't look at other institutions and let
Downplay it,
UJ, go down,
Yeah.
right? Because that's also another famous thing I like saying, or I heard, you can never watch another man's plate while your food goes cold. So we're looking at UJ right now, because UJ is what's funding us right now. Like, UJ is really that institution. Like, when they say Orange Army, it's really Orange Army
It's
for
really
real.
Orange Army.
But we are looking into venturing into other universities, God willing, with the perfect time, with the perfect team. That is going to happen. It's in the works. But for now, let's just enjoy UJ, because we are in a very, very serious, committed relationship.
Eish, eish.
Yeah. That's UJ for me.
Do you have any other questions?
I don't think I have any other questions. But then I feel like in terms of Dripanomics tutorials, I feel like we've also been a part of Dripanomics tutorials in our
course.
first year. We're also doing extended, by the way, both of us.
Of course, of course.
It has really helped us a lot. We've managed to be ahead of the content. Here, it's tough. It's really
for
tough.
real, for real.
In most cases, we're always behind. But then with Dripanomics, we've always been able to
be ahead.
and all of those things. So we'd really like to thank you for that.
Oh my
and then
gosh,
if it wasn't for you,
Gonna make me cry. Oh my gosh.
if it wasn't for you, perhaps maybe we wouldn't have done as well as we did last year. And then we've seen other students grow as well.
Yeah.
Not only us, people close to us, our friends, and all of those things. I know it's a little bit early, but then I would like to say, if it's all said and done, what would you want to be remembered as?
all said and done, remembered as, I just want to be remembered as the person that really made a difference to people. Like impact, Money comes and
Empathy.
goes, Money comes and goes. You can make $1 billion, but still haven't changed anyone's life.
Yeah,
So
that
me,
is
it's
true.
really about impacting someone. So for me, it's being spoken about in rooms I've never physically have to enter, right? I want my work to speak on my behalf. You see how you're speaking about how Dripanomics did this for you and for other students. I didn't have to necessarily say it myself,
Yeah.
but it's true, We've done a lot for the people. Lil Baby says, I don't call myself the GOAT. I leave that to the people. So I'll never say really how good I am. I just let the work speak for itself. And it's
Yeah.
evident, And if it's not evident to you, then it means you just might not have eyes. And that's okay, right? So that's what I
Bars.
think.
I hear we're in the talks of an international something. Would
I
you
mean,
want
for
to touch
real.
on that?
So yeah, Dripanomics is growing, right? I'm currently in the process right now of going to China, right? So
What's
shout
that?
out. So yeah, we're going to
Beijing,
China.
Shanghai.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in the process currently of going to China, right? So we're going to Shanghai, Beijing, and Ningxiang. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly for my international students. It's gonna be a 2-week trip where we're gonna be taught international markets, the whole business things in China, how things work, business, just like a workshop, And I submitted my business plan for Dripanomics to the respective people via email. They looked at my application, they read it. They're like, no, this brother's cooking. Can we see your bank statements? Can we see your number of YouTube subscribers, right? Can we see this? Can we see that? I gave them all of the information, and then I just woke up one day. Congratulations, you've been selected for this program.
Oh, look at God.
You along 7 other people. So really, I have to thank God for working way harder.
Amen.
It's blessings on blessings. And yeah, so we're going to China, Shanghai. So you shouldn't be surprised when like I come back and I'm on some ni hao. Like, that's the chat, right? So ni hao I think means hi, and then ni hao ma means like how are you?
Oh,
But I'm
we are
still
learning now.
yeah,
Still
but I'm still
learning.
learning Mandarin.
Yeah.
I'm still learning Mandarin because I gotta keep in touch with the Chinese people. So if you really thought I was dressing up crazy now, like wait till I get that Chinese stuff. Like,
They're only made in
we up
China from
now.
head to
like,
toe.
like when you say made in China, like I've been in China. Like I know the supplier, like I
know
know
the
the
things.
manufacturer. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. So yeah, this whole China thing, I genuinely don't think it would have been possible had it not been for my hardworking team. So the tutors, my personal assistant, Gugu, Gift, my partner, the tutors, you know, the Zukos, the Ishmaels. I'm just mentioning off their names, those that I
Yeah.
can think off top of my head. Lindo, there's a lot of tutors. Angel, Retabile, Basi, I can't mention all of them. They're genuinely a lot. Kotato, those that I missed, I'm so sorry, but I appreciate all 30, 40, 50 of you guys. Like the team is growing. Every day we're working hard and genuinely we are seeing progress and the people on the ground are literally impressed. So yeah, bro, people are seeing the effort I'm putting in or the team rather is putting in. And for me, that makes me happy because it means that really hard work pays off. Because there were times where I was like, dog, is what I'm doing,
Yeah.
like,
Worth it?
is it worth it? Because I felt as if at the beginning, I was the only one with the vision. And then I brought people with the same vision and they hopped on and then they just making that vision become a reality. So I'm really grateful for my team. Alone, I couldn't have done it. And they are really supporting me, right? And there's a lot of good stuff Dripanomics does besides the tutoring, right?
Yeah.
We have like the food donation drive. We have like our Valentine's event stuff. We have
That
our
is
prize
beautiful.
giving. So we realize with money, again, money comes and goes, but like
Yeah.
we have to make an impact to people. We come from different backgrounds. We come from different circumstances. The least you can do is try help those that, you know, need help. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones that are paying us to make sure that we are able to do all of this that we are doing, right? So we are venturing into new stuff. So yeah, we have to give back to the community. That's how we were raised. You know, it's part of business practice, ethically also, you know,
Yeah.
corporate social responsibility and all of that. So we really take it too hard, right? We make money, yes, but we try to also give back, right? So that at the end of the day, impact is made and it's just not about enriching our pockets. So that's the situation with Dripanomics. And yeah, there's a lot I want to say, but but shout
Ish,
out.
time.
Yeah.
But I mean, as you're looking back right now, if you were, for an example, to walk into a coffee shop and to see the younger version of you, what would you tell that person? Like, what would you say to the younger Mufule to say, you know what, we're going to be okay?
My chat is I'm still young, so I'm still speaking to myself every day. You know, that's the chat. Like for
Okay.
me, like we are not in a races, guys. Like I'm only 21, and I think low key done good enough for myself, right? One thing I'd like to tell myself, you know, the younger version of myself is, how do I say this without contradicting myself? Lebella dilo tsa hao. Like
Okay.
focus on your stuff, focus on your journey, focus on your life. We didn't grow up the same. Our situations don't come the same. Our times are different, right? You know, the sun doesn't get mad at the moon, you know, when it's at night and the moon's time to shine, right? Just like how the moon during the day doesn't get mad at the sun when it's the sun's time to shine. I feel as if everyone just has their time, right? Everyone just has their time. You just gotta be consistent with it, right? You just gotta be consistent and passionate with what you're doing. Stay loyal to yourself. That's important. Stay loyal to yourself. Love yourself, you know. Believe in yourself even when others don't believe in you because at first you're crazy, then you're a genius, right? Yeah, so believe in yourself. Look at your own lane. Don't be pressured by everyone else because everything else is an illusion, guys. You think people are up like that, but they ain't really up like that. You understand? So it's a matter of look at your own thing, be focused on you, and have faith in God's timing, bro.
Amen.
You know, when the time is right, the Lord will make it happen, right? So
Preach.
God is what I can say to my younger self. And patience, like, what's the rush to grow old? Like,
Yeah.
people that are older than us, you know, are very stressful. You know, being youthful is such a beautiful thing. It's unfortunate that it's wasted on young people because young people don't know how amazing it is to be youthful. That's why we always have situations where older people are like, you know, if only back in my day I could do
Eish. I
this,
could do
you
this
know.
and
Kana
that.
kotsa-
Ka nako tsaka, you know. But what like it has been, you know, ke nako ya hao. So you do you.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate people don't really see the energy they have while they're still young, right? Make sure, guys,
Take
you
that for
work, take
granted.
advantage of that. You're still young, you still have the energy. This is the time where you can push and operate. You know, you have no responsibilities, you have no child, I'd like to believe. Even if you do, a child is a blessing from God. So shout out to
Amen.
you.
Yeah.
You have no debt. You can do so much with less risk because you're literally just betting on yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be the person that wants to take a risk now with a mortgage bond and a family and a wife. Like, why are you doing
Yeah.
that, right? Take all the risks now. So that's what I wish I could tell myself. Be patient in yourself, believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and have faith in yourself and have faith in God. Because at the end of the day, He will make the way. Yeah.
Trust.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to thank you for being with us today. Definitely an inspiring story.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure a lot of us could learn from your story. I've also learned a lot from just sitting here listening to you.
What have you learned? Because I feel as if you're lying. You know, when people in interviews say they learned a lot, but they don't really learn
I've
a lot.
learned that hard work and hard work and being resilient comes with results. I've learned that you have to push, you have to be on the ground also. If you believe in something, go for it. No one can tell you don't. No one
Yeah.
can tell you what. So that's what I can say I've taken from this podcast, and thank you for sharing your knowledge with us today.
I mean, I've taken also the fashion aspect of things.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I feel like when you look good, you feel good. You
feel
know, when
good.
you go into that exam room and you feel like you rocked it, then you're going to do well. So I feel like it takes the studying, the looking good, sitting on that exam room, prayer, and then bona.
Yeah, so
Tlhakane.
yeah, thank you so much, and I'm glad you guys have spent the time with me. I'm not sure if like there's any question from the crowd because we're not alone, right? We visited with people, so maybe there's a question from the crowd that you guys might have, a message or something. If there's nothing from you, don't be shy.
We
no
have
one
Mr.
mind.
Klimba in the building.
Come on now, because I'm seeing there's a message that's trying to be sent, but I can't really see it, so I'm not sure what's happening. So do you mind, Google, what's happening?
Is there any question, guys?
Any questions? Google Mr. Klimba.
Are you gonna be a ghost now also? Say this.
Ghost
like-
Lady.
Okay, so like while they prepare the whole mic thing, yeah, bro, like life is fun, guys. Bophela, how better we are, like,
Yeah.
just have a good heart,
Life? Ga je that bad?
Life ain't that bad, guys. Life ain't that bad. So just have a good heart, stay shining, believe in yourself, and just do good to people, do right by people, and then people, will reciprocate the energy. And always remember, guys, you can't be there for everyone. Right?
Yeah.
You can't please everyone. Some people are gonna love you, some people are gonna hate you.
And that's okay.
Okay, that's life.
You win some, you lose some, Just make sure that on any of those days you get paid, right?
Yeah.
That's the energy. Be on that grind way. Even on days where people hate you, you're getting paid.
Yeah.
Even on days they love you, you're getting paid. So that when you're alone, you're making sure that you sort it, right? So
Facts.
I'm all about pushing, the youth to start their own thing, right? We're more than just, how do I say it? We can just be more than just employees at the end of the day. We can own means of production, we
Yeah.
can own capital. But none of that really can be done if we are all stuck with our old habits of being chilling in life, just, being relaxed and stuff, It's time to get up. It's time to clock, it's time to log in. Otherwise, you'll have to clock in, right? It's important, it's important, it's
Hey,
important.
you get the buzz, yo.
Nah, the thing is, like, all of this is just what I read off, like, the Instagrams, the YouTubes, the Pinterest, but it's, like, important. As much as, it might come across as funny.
Yeah.
It's real, guys. Like, investing in yourself is one of the biggest things you can do because it really pays out at the end of the day. There's no difference between myself and most students. At the end of the day, we come from the same communities. We do the same course. We do the same modules. The only difference really is what you do with your time, how efficient you are with your time, what you spend time doing, with who, right? And make sure you stay around people that really make you believe you are who you say you are, right? That's very important. Because if you stay with people that don't know who you are, you yourself sometimes forget who you are. You understand? So it's always important to always be surrounded with people with love, good energies, good vibes, life advice, and good directions for you to be like, okay. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say while we're fixing the mic issue. So is the mic issue part now okay? So
Miss
yeah,
Gugu?
you can ask her a
Hi,
question.
how are you guys?
Then how are you?
I'm
good.
good. So, no, it's more of a question as from the viewer's point of view. So if I'm interested in knowing about Dripanomics tutorials, where exactly can I find you guys? And what exactly do you guys have
Great
for me?
question.
in
Yeah,
store?
great question.
So, in terms of Dripanomics tutorials, we are a tutoring company, right? We can easily be found on our social media platforms. The first one being YouTube, where we have over 1,000 subscribers, right? We can also find us through our Instagram account, which is dripanomics.tutorials, right? You can also find us via email at dripanomicstutorials@gmail.com. Or you can also find us through our WhatsApp number or call at 066-217-6693. I forgot the other admin number because I don't know it off by heart. But I feel as if you go through those channels, you should be able to
Yeah,
get
you should be
assisted
able to get
by our admin team and you should be helped and stuff like that. In terms of what we do, we are basically a tutoring company, first and foremost, that really emphasizes quality.
Yeah.
So we have a hybrid system where we conduct 2 lessons a week, one online, one contact, depending on the circumstances, each being 2 hours. We have recorded lessons, we do tutorial questions. We really just, our aim and mission is really simple. It is to make sure that we bridge the gap between lecturers and students. Because all too often, students don't do well, not because they don't know the work,
Yeah.
but rather because the work is covered at a rapid pace that is really hard for them to comprehend it. So we're just trying to be the middleman to make sure that information is transferred to students in a manner that is right and just and slow for them to be able to interpret, write, and get their distinctions, right? So that's what we do in a nutshell. So in terms of our prices, very, very competitive, low prices to make sure that at the end of the day, we are there for our consumers because we know our different target markets. We target students, that are for the masses. So like those that are private paying, the NSFAS, so our rates are like literally 250 Rand per module for one module per month. 2 modules is like 450, 3 modules is like 565, and then 4 modules like 700. So as you can see, there's somewhere 10% discounts, there's 25%
Yeah.
discounts, there's 30% discounts. For example, the 4 modules, one's supposed to be paying 1,000, but they're paying 700. So that's a bargain. And with all of
300
that, you're
discount.
literally getting quality tutors, people that are getting distinctions for their modules, people that are doing their 3rd years, postgrads, honors, masters. Like there's just a lot. We're offering so much quality for an affordable price. And that's to make sure that we're accessible to all the people, to the masses, because we're not trying to marginalize everyone. We feel as if everyone deserves a chance of passing with distinctions. And those that have been in Dripanomics really know how that feeling is like. And they've even become accustomed to it because what is a distinction to us? We're trying to now go to the Eugenius, come on, we've been there, done that. Now we're trying to make it more to the dean's list, right? So we're trying to always push boundaries. So that's it in Dripanomics. We really quality and let me keep it humble. Yeah. yeah.
Okay, anyone else from the floor? We have a tutor from Dripanomics tutorials. Do you want to say
The
anything?
tutor is shy, but like,
Hey,
like tutor, why are you shy? Like,
How-
we're not gonna buy it. Like, how is it working for Dripanomics? What's
Yeah,
what's
please.
your experience? He's shy. He's shy.
how tutor?
Tutor. But like, yeah. So I think I've covered basically everything that I wanted to cover. I'm not sure if you guys have missed any
Yeah,
questions.
I'd like to add on the YouTube thingy.
Yeah.
On YouTube, as he mentioned, 1,000 subscribers and going upwards.
Mm-hmm.
They also upload like the recorded lessons. You'll find them there on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you didn't, maybe you attended class online, you didn't really get it, go to YouTube and then you'll find them there and then everything will be sorted.
Yeah, so again, just in closing, I'm not sure if I'm going to have the closing remarks or it's you guys, but again, in terms of YouTube, we upload the videos there to simplify the work for you guys, right?
Yeah.
To make it easier for you to access because we're all about accessibility. So if you can, right, just go to, Dripanomics, the tutorials on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. We'd really appreciate that because we're growing and this growth wouldn't have been there had it not been for the customers. And the customers, I really have to say, those that have been paying, I'm really grateful for you guys. I'm loyal to you guys. And everything I am is because of you guys. So I don't want there to ever be a situation where people are taken for granted as a customer. You guys really make us who we are. And we are at this point in time, in this position, prime position, in our prime, doing what we do because we have the backing and the love of Dripanomics.
Yeah,
Like,
Mutugawat.
And like, Dripanomics' influence is crazy. Like, we really change people's lives. And like, we are part of a family. And it's unfortunate that we don't have people's testimonials here to come spam us and really talk about like what the work we've been doing. But those that really know what Dripanomics does. We've taken people from literally 30% to distinctions, cum laudes. We offer mentorship, we offer guidance, we offer bursary information. I feel as if there's nothing really Dripanomics doesn't do at this point in time. And we're only gonna get bigger and better forever. Yeah, nah. Right? So Dripanomics, always with love. That's the best. We like DJ Khaled. And honestly, I can't wait to grow with you guys. I can't wait to show you what we're working on. There's a lot we're working on. You know, a lot of stuff we won't say now. You guys will probably hear later. But there's a lot of endorsement deals coming through. There's a lot of partnerships. There's a lot of works we're doing besides tutoring. And I just really can't wait to showcase all of that to you guys. But yeah, in closing, we're going to China, right? So don't be surprised when you hear, hey guys, coming live from
Ning Ching
China.
Chao.
We are hosting Accounting One Day because that China
Yeah.
stuff is real. And don't be
Yeah.
surprised when I come back with the
Time
accent.
difference.
Hey.
Time difference. Like you can't chat to me on WhatsApp anymore. I think they don't use WhatsApp. We use WeChat, right? So ni hao, ni hao. So that's the illusion.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Nah.
Modimo o hlonofatse with many, many more.
Thank
May
you so
God
much. Thank you so
continue,
much.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
using you as a vessel to
Thank you
change
so
people's
much.
lives. And we really can't wait to see what, you know, there's still more to uncover.
Nah, thank
So
you so
we are
much.
here for it. We're here for the ride.
Thank you
For
so
the
much.
ride, yeah, exactly.
I'm really humbled. Thank you so much, guys, for the warm invitation. And I really hope that this podcast really takes off. And like, even with the other episodes
It
that you guys are
will.
going to cover going forward, I really hope you guys have fun. You guys have meaningful conversations because at the end of the day, we need to educate our people. We need
Yeah.
to educate students. And we need to make sure that news is just not boring, but rather informative and stuff. So thank you with love, Dripanomics. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.